In this lesson we're going to factorize polynomials, and we will see how polynomials could be factorized using the one property. So this is a zero factor property, and to start with I'm going to first show the example of first quadratic function, because we know that the quadratic function is the example of polynomial functions. So the first, let's factorize. So let's factorize this quadratic expression on the right side, and using the method that I shown in the video, it will be equal to x minus 3, x plus 2. What if our f of x will be 0? So what if the f of x is 0? It means that x minus 3 times x plus 2 is also 0, right? So that's how we're actually solving the quadratic equation. We can write this way: x equals to 3 and x equals to negative 2. So it means, what does this mean? It means that if x is equal to 3, our function f of x is going to be 0, right? It actually doesn't matter. It could be 3 or 2. It's also 2, negative 2. So if we will put negative 2 here, it will be also 0, right? So it's actually what zero property factor is told about. So if ab equals 0, then a equals to 0, or b equals to 0, or both together equals to 0. And vice versa. If a equals 0, b equals 0, ab also equals 0. Let's try to use the long division now. So what does mean long division? So let's divide this polynomial. So f of x squared minus x minus 6. So let's say that x is equal to 3. We know that x is equal to 3. So it's going to be the separate question. Let's consider the separate question. F of x is equal to 3 is 0. Okay. What does this mean? It means that this expression x squared minus x minus 6 could be represented as x minus 3 times something. Yeah. So this is a quite simple example, but I just chosen this example to see how it works each step. So here we can say that x minus 3 and something. So this something we are going to find. So this is a question, yeah? What will be the expression inside the next second brackets? What to do? Let's use the long division as we do the usual division for the numbers. So we're dividing by x minus 3. So now look at the first term. You see that it is x squared, and what we have to write here that gives an in multiplication with x minus 3, x squared. So it's x, yeah? So x times x is x squared, and x times negative 3 is negative 3x. Now let's subtract. So after subtraction we'll have 0 and plus 2x. Now we're just shifting negative 6 here, and then since we have leading coefficient as 2 here, so we will add plus 2 here, plus 2, and then multiply. 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times 3, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. And then after subtraction you will see that it is 0. What does this mean? It means that our obtained expression, let me use red color, our obtained expression is x plus 2. So it is x plus 2. Let me write it here, straightforward, x plus 2. So that's how long division works. And now let's have a look at the factors. Yeah, it's actually the same factors. Okay, and now let's consider how it works in more complicated questions when we have the cubic polynomial, and we have to factorize. So it's nothing giving else, just factorize. What to do? First we have to use, it's actually usual approach, we use x is equal to 1, x equals to negative 1, 2, negative 2, and sometimes 3, 3 and negative 3. So we will try to put first plug 1 instead of x here, and then see whether it is makes our polynomial 0 or not. If it makes 0, for this case let's try together. 1 cubed minus 5 times 1 squared minus 1 plus 5. So it is equal to 1 minus 5 minus 1 plus 5. So you see that it's 0. It is 0. It means that our polynomial has a factor of x minus 1. So 1 is the root, yeah? So 1 is the root, so that's why we can write x minus 1. And now question, what's inside the second bracket? How to get the second brackets now? And what we do absolutely the same thing. We're dividing x cubed minus 2x squared minus x plus 5 by x minus 1. X minus 1. So again, we are looking for the leading term, so it's x cubed, that's why it's x squared here, x squared, x cubed minus x squared, now subtracting, minus 4x squared minus x, it's minus 4x now, minus 4x squared plus 4x, because we are multiplying these two terms, right? Okay, and after subtracting we will have minus 5x plus 5, and now the last term is negative 5, minus 5x plus 5. Now after subtraction we'll have 0. 4. Finally we got the expression. So now it means that our expression is this one. So we'll just plug the value of x squared minus 4x minus 5. Okay, now I will put this aside somewhere here. And now the next step is factorize. So it says factorize each of the following completely. And you see that this quadratic expression, second quadratic expression, could be further factorized. So let's factorize this expression. So it is another two brackets, x minus 5 plus 1. How to factorize quadratic trinomials, I will give the link in the description of this video. Just have a watch if you're not clear. And now you see that our polynomial is fully factorized. So this equals to this. And now it's ready to find the zeros or simplify or use for anything else. So factorizing polynomials is a very beneficial skill. And I wish you good luck. In the next videos I will continue to show something about the polynomials. Have a nice day. Goodbye.